Have you ever been told that you're too sensitive? Or perhaps you've been accused of being overly emotional or taking things too personally? Well, if you have, then you might be a highly sensitive person or an HSP. But what does it really mean to be an HSP, and how can you tell if you or someone you know is one? And more importantly, how can you manage the unique challenges and harness the strengths of being an HSP? In this video, we'll be exploring the world of highly sensitive people, discussing common traits, self-assessment, and effective strategies to help you navigate the world with greater ease and confidence. So stick around until the end to discover how to embrace your sensitivity and build stronger, deeper relationships with others. Let's get started. Do you cry easily at movies or get overwhelmed by bright lights, loud noises, or strong smells? Do you feel deeply affected by other people's emotions or have a heightened sense of empathy? If you answered yes to these questions, you might be a highly sensitive person or an HSP. But what exactly does it mean to be an HSP? According to research, approximately 20% of the population has a high level of sensitivity, meaning they are more aware and responsive to external stimuli than others. This sensitivity is not a disorder or a weakness, but rather a unique trait that has its own set of strengths and challenges. So, what are some common characteristics of HSPs? Well, HSPs are often deeply empathetic and compassionate, with a keen ability to read others' emotions and connect with them on a deeper level. They're often creative and intuitive, with a rich inner world and a strong sense of meaning and purpose. However, this sensitivity can also make them easily overwhelmed and overstimulated, leading to anxiety, stress, and even physical symptoms. To determine if you or someone you know is an HSP, you can take a self-assessment that asks a series of questions about your emotional and sensory experiences. Some of the questions might include: do you get easily overwhelmed by bright lights, loud noises, or strong smells? Do you feel deeply affected by other people's emotions and moods? Do you need alone time to recharge after socializing or being in a crowded place? Do you have a rich inner world with a vivid imagination and intense emotions? Do you prefer to have deep, meaningful conversations with others rather than small talk? Acknowledging your sensitivity can be challenging, especially if you've been told that you're too emotional or sensitive. However, embracing your sensitivity and recognizing its strengths and challenges can lead to greater self-awareness, self-acceptance, and a more fulfilling life. Now that you know what it means to be a highly sensitive person and how to identify this trait, let's talk about some effective strategies for managing the unique challenges of high sensitivity. First and foremost, self-care is crucial for HSPs. This means taking time to recharge and recover after overstimulation or intense emotional experiences. Some self-care practices that might work well for HSPs include mindfulness meditation, journaling, spending time in nature, and engaging in creative activities. In addition to self-care, boundary setting is also important for HSPs. This means learning to say no to things that are not in alignment with your values or needs and communicating your boundaries clear to others. This might involve setting limits on socializing or work commitments, taking breaks when needed, or asking for support when feeling overwhelmed. It's also important for friends and family to provide meaningful support to HSPs. This might involve offering a listening ear, providing a safe space for emotional expression, and respecting their need for alone time. HSPs might also benefit from having a designated quiet place in their home or workplace where they can retreat when feeling overstimulated. Finally, techniques for managing emotions and sensory overload can be incredibly helpful for HSPs. This might include deep breathing exercises, progressive muscle relaxation, and sensory grounding techniques such as focusing on the 5 senses. By incorporating these strategies into your daily life, you can effectively manage the challenges of high sensitivity and live a more fulfilling and authentic life. While high sensitivity can present its own unique set of challenges, it's important to acknowledge the many benefits that come with this trait, especially in relationships. HSPs are often deeply empathetic and attuned to others' emotions, which can lead to strong, meaningful connections with others. They're often excellent listeners, able to pick up on subtle cues, and respond with empathy and understanding. In addition, their rich inner world and intense emotions can make for a deeply fulfilling and rewarding romantic relationship. So, how can HSPs harness their empathetic abilities to build strong relationships with others? Well, first and foremost, it's important to communicate your needs and boundaries clearly to your partner or loved ones. This might involve setting aside time for self-care or alone time and asking for support when needed. It's also important to practice active listening and empathy in your relationships. This means truly listening to your partner or loved one without judgment or interruption and responding with understanding and compassion. This might involve mirroring their emotions, reflecting on their feelings, and asking open-ended questions to deepen the connection. Finally, it's important for non-HSPs to better understand and communicate with their sensitive friends and family. This might involve learning more about high sensitivity and the unique challenges and strengths that come with this trait. It might also involve respecting their need for alone time, providing a safe space for emotional expression, and communicating with empathy and understanding. By embracing your sensitivity and building strong, deep relationships with others, you can live a more fulfilling and authentic life. So that's it for our video on highly sensitive people. We hope you found this information helpful and informative. Remember, high sensitivity is not a weakness, but rather a unique trait that comes with its own set of strengths and challenges. If you or someone you know is an HSP, we encourage you to embrace your sensitivity and practice self-care, boundary setting, and techniques for managing emotions and sensory overload. And if you're a non-HSP, we encourage you to better understand and communicate with your sensitive friends and family so that you can build strong, deep relationships with them. Before we go, we wanted to recommend a book that can help you further explore high sensitivity. The Highly Sensitive Person, A Survival Guide to Stop Absorbing Negative Energy and Avoid Emotional Overload by Diana Jacobs is a comprehensive guide to understanding and managing high sensitivity. We highly recommend it if you're looking for more information and practical tips. And if you're looking for more tips on self-care and personal growth, then be sure to check out this video, Journaling, Life-Changing Tips for Beginners. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on our next video here on the Tree of Life channel.